What is going on, everyone? Good morning and welcome to the 10 at 10. I am super excited that you decided to tune in today. We are going to be talking about how to reframe negative experiences into positives and how to build that habit into your life so that you don't ever have to live in negative energy. Pretty positive stuff today. This is a skill that I started learning, I don't know, probably 15 years ago, but it is an ongoing process. It is super cool. As you start to build it into your life, you will notice that things no longer have power over you. How many of you out there listening have ongoing arguments in your head from 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago? A lot of us still argue with our parents. We argue with people that were in our lives. I argued with a school teacher for years in my head, having the same conversation over and over and over until I learned this tip. So you might be saying, well, how do we look at that? So I want to start with a story, of course. So the story is my friend Matt right now. Should be careful, I guess. My friend he had somebody who was supposed to rent an apartment with him, right? Last minute, the guy flaked out, didn't end up renting. And I ended up talking to Matt, and he's just super, super frustrated about it, right? He's going on and on and on about, well, he should have done this and I should have done that. And this guy screwed me over. How many conversations do we have like that? The key word here is justification. When we choose to justify something that happened to us and that we deserve XYZ, we immediately set ourselves up to be in a negative state of mind because we're saying, oh, this shouldn't have happened to me. I deserve better. Well, sure, I guess. Does that make you feel better? Does that ever help you move forward in life? You're blaming when you do that, when we do that process, right? I still do it sometimes. I catch myself quite a bit, and I reframe it. That's what we're focusing on. But I want to talk really quick. Does that serve any positive in your life? When you say, I deserve something, this is not a future pace. This is when something goes wrong, you say, well, I deserve better. That person shouldn't have done that. There was a guy when I waited tables that was so upset, right? I was managing a restaurant in Vermont, and the guy was from New York, and we burned his sandwich. And when I say burned, it was a little bit over toasted. It was not that bad. But the guy stood up and he's screaming and yelling at me and like spit's flying in my face. And I just like kind of laughed on the inside. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm happy to go get you another sandwich. I want you to have the best sandwich in the world. I'm happy to buy your lunch. Just sit down, relax like it's a sandwich. You're going to have a heart attack over it. But what was going on in his mind is he deserved better and life had mistreated him. And listening to him talk, you could hear that. Oh, the snow is horrible today and the ski lifts aren't running and my life is horrible. Well, that's a mental pattern that runs. So how do you break out of that? How do you break out of that mental pattern and shift into something positive? And here's the secret. It's really simple. Just don't have any expectations. When you say you deserve something, when you sit there, when my friend Matt was going over and over, he's talking to me for like half an hour about how this guy screwed him over. You are pouring lighter fluid. You're pouring gasoline onto that fire. You're getting yourself more and more worked up into a negative state, and you're anchoring that into your brain. Our brain works in mysterious ways because then we constantly look for that in our lives. This is why the law of attraction is so powerful. Whether you believe in the universe or not, the reason the law of attraction works is because what you focus on, what you throw fuel on, is what your brain then sees in life that's happening to you. So there have been studies that have been done. Our eyes, our senses, we take in about 10 to 15% of the surroundings around us, about what's happening to us, right? The way that we choose what we bring into our life and what we focus on is what we work up in our brain. Right? So you see how this works? When Matt is going on and on and on about negative stuff and how things are bad that are happening to him, he's going to see more of that in his life, which is then going to lead in a downward spiral. The way you get rid of it is just not to do it. You have to sit there and say, okay, what could be great about this situation instead? Maybe I wasn't supposed to live with that guy. Maybe that guy completely sucked and I didn't know it, right? The conversations that I used to have with a school teacher, right? I was reliving those in my brain because I felt like that guy treated me wrong. I just let go of it. He did the best that he could. This is the second way that you do it. You realize that people are doing the best that they can with what they have. Do you think somebody really honestly wants to come out and hurt you? No, right? People do the best that they can with what they have. We all get frustrated, right? The first thing is to realize that we all have the same trait that we probably hate in other people somewhere in our lives. The minute you do that, it's like, oh yeah, I can't really be super mad at somebody. They didn't do it on purpose. Just take a deep breath and realize that what they did has nothing to do with you, a lot to do with them, the conversations that are going on in their mind, and then reframe it into how this could possibly be a positive in your life. This will pull the fuel from the fire. It's like putting a glass dish over top of a fire. It seals all the energy from it. And as you practice this over and over and over, you will focus less on what I deserve. You'll focus less on justifying and being like, that person owes me something, or this life owes me something. Instead, you'll start to move forward. You can focus on your goals, focus on what is great about what's going on in your life, and move forward. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Something a little bit different, but it's something I am really passionate about. If you know you need help telling your story, I will throw this up really quick. This is Stories That Scale. It is my free course on how to tell great stories, how to work them into your marketing, and how to make more money doing what you love. Wishing you guys all the best, and I will see you tomorrow. Until then, take action, change lives, and make money. I'll see you soon.